We are not defined by our past. We are inspired by our rich history and motivated to do more, the Magis. Since 1961 in Miami, we have paved the way and set the standard for excellence in education. But our story began 107 years before, in 1854, in Havana, Cuba. Founded by a royal decree from Queen Isabella II of Spain, El Colegio de Belen thrived. A little over a century later, however, the Jesuits knew that the tide was turning and that the political regime at the time was going to change the history of the island. The tenacity, ingenuity, and foresight of Belen's Jesuits were not to be underestimated.
In 1960, the newly established communist regime began to nationalize many of the properties of the church, especially the Society of Jesus. At that time, the school was confiscated in 1961, and the Jesuits, 26 of them, were placed on a ship called the Covadonga and sent to Spain. The Jesuits already had an idea that this was coming, and so they were prepared, and they began to speak about reestablishing the school in Miami in order to address the needs of the newly arrived Cuban exiles in Miami. Most they would think that this was an insurmountable task to reestablish the school, but motivated by the Holy Spirit and a strong conviction of the fact that the school needed to continue, they did so.
Belen's story continued in a new country and with a new name, but with the same heart and values. On September 18, 1961, Belen reopened its doors without interruption and began its 108th school year in the Jesuit School Centro Hispano Católico building behind Jesuit Church in downtown Miami. It didn't take long to outgrow its current location, and by the end of the new school year, the Jesuits had purchased a building in Little Havana, which they remodeled into 4 classrooms and a multi-purpose hall that functioned as an administrative office, cafeteria, teacher's lounge, and school chapel.
The Jesuit society, the community, the teachers, Belen has always been like a family, so we did a lot with very little. Our athletic program grew, and academics and everything else grew, and Belen stood out as a very good school.
Gradually, over the 19 years the school spent in Little Havana, the Jesuits developed a comprehensive strategy to ensure the school's survival as well as its growth. They employed qualified lay educators to complement the Jesuit faculty and implemented a rigorous curriculum as well as an athletic program. Belen stressed Catholic values, service, and Jesuit educational principles.
In the beginning, we did not have very much, but we always had Jesuit innovation. In my 50 years here as a teacher and coach, I can attest to the spectacular development at Belen. From the creative ways that classes are taught, to the oh so many opportunities students have to learn, to the facilities and tools to thrive. Belen is forever in pursuit of excellence.
As the needs of our students grew and the number of students soared, the school moved for a third and final time to its current home in West Miami-Dade on September 14, 1981. The initial campus only included the main building, the chapel, and the library. There was plenty of land, though, and the Jesuit community quickly got to work. What would transpire over the next 40 years would prove to be truly exceptional and also set the stage for the bright future that lay ahead.
It's been a remarkable transformation, and not simply what we've been able to accomplish in construction, but also the richness of our curriculum and the diversity of our curriculum, the opportunities of all the student activities and all the clubs, the opportunities for student athletes as well, but most importantly, our Catholic Jesuit identity and all the different things that we have been doing in order to strengthen that Catholic Jesuit identity. Belen is a testament to what rolling up your sleeves, hard work, and remaining committed and focused on what you understand God's will for you is, what we can accomplish with that. There are so many people that we need to thank for the success that Belen has had over the years. But as we're celebrating these 60 years, we would be remiss if we did not recognize those courageous Jesuit priests who went through so much trouble in order to reestablish Belen in Miami. We are standing on the shoulders of giants, and it is to those giants that we are extremely grateful to as we celebrate our 60-year anniversary. Their persistence should serve as our inspiration to always strive for greatness to do more.
Representing over 40 nationalities and speaking more than 10 languages, our students are a microcosm of Miami-Dade County. Under the direction of our talented faculty and coaches, our students are excelling in the classroom and out. Their innovation and care for others are what helps them stand out in the crowd and cement their place in society. Our alumni are nearly 8,000 strong and can be found in over 20 countries around the world and in 47 states of our great nation. The journey has been filled with much hard work, sacrifice, a spirit of giving, and the willingness to hold fast to Jesuit ideals and educational principles. Our story isn't over. Our story will continue to evolve. Our tomorrow isn't defined by what we can envision today. Belen's future is bright. The greater task is still at hand. The questions are, how will you help shape our tomorrow? How will you continue to help us form the men for others that will be the pillars of our community? How will you leave your mark?